Brother Teacher here. I want to preface the following statements after this by saying that I'm not prejudiced. Most people that know me know that I have no prejudice issues. I'm not a racist, of course, and I have nothing against any other human being. Howbeit, there are some issues that I have problems or issues with. And one of them has to do with gay rights. Now, if you are sensitive to this subject, I would advise you to turn this video off right now. And if you're gay, I want you to know that I'm not targeting you and I'm not trying to put you down. I just want to make a point. I could have done this a long time ago, but it's been asked to me to do this at some point, and I've had references made on the same subject matter, and I'm just responding to those references. Gay rights. Don't you think you have enough rights already? I'm speaking to the gay community, lesbian, transgender, what have you. Gay men, it doesn't matter. Don't you think that you have enough rights as a human being? We are all afforded rights at birth. The right to breathe air, the right to go about our daily affairs and business, unabridged, uninterrupted, the right to even the pursuit of happiness, supposedly, under our Constitution, and the rights to own your own business, to create and produce things, to just live free in a so-called free society. But when we start talking about individuals that are gay marching around with flags and having rallies about gay rights, then we're really pushing the envelope. Here, over recent years and even months, I have heard in the media, and I'm sure you may have as well, there have been some transgenders that want the right to use the opposite sex's restroom in a public domain. That's asking too much. Now, as I said, if you don't like this subject matter, you can leave right now. But I'm going to say what I'm going to say regardless, okay? When we were all born, we were born male and female. There's no such thing as anything in between. Either you are a woman or you are a man. Now, if you have gay tendencies, if you're a woman and you are not sure that you want to be a woman and you want to be a man, that's psychological and that's a personal problem. And it's your choice that you don't want to be what you were born to be. And on the flip side of that, if you are a man and you have gay tendencies and you're not sure if you really want to be a man, or you don't for a fact want to be a man and you want to be a woman or possess women characteristics, that's a personal problem as well. And that's not the fault of the society in which we live. It does not garner you any extra rights because you make a choice. I've heard people say that gay individuals are born gay. And I have also heard people say that Being gay is a choice. Now I know that there's two sides there. Whatever it is, it still does not change nature. If a man has a tendency to want to be effeminate, he's still a man by nature. That's exactly what he is. No matter what he chooses to do with being a man, wearing women's clothing, or putting on women's lipstick, carrying women's purses and bags and things like that, and wearing women's undergarments, or even going as far as attempting to change his sex. It's impossible to do that. I mean, surgeons can go in and work some what are seemingly great miracles, but they have never been able to change the nature of a thing. You might look like a woman if you have the surgery. You might even have some female traits. You might have some female body parts. But no human being can undo what God, the Creator, has done and call it something different. You can call it anything you want, but it doesn't change the nature of things. And the same is true for women. You can take hormones, you can grow hair, facial hair, chest hair, what have you. You can strap down or tape down your breast or have reductions. You can even go as far as the man having the surgery, trying to have a penis implanted and the like, but you still have a womb. And men don't have a womb and they can't have children. So that alone should tell you that you're going and trying to defy nature. Because a woman has a purpose on the planet, and so does a man. And one of the ultimate purposes of man and woman is to procreate. And you can't put two of the same sexes together and create, or produce, I should say, another child. It takes both, one of each on both sides, and that is the way that nature has established it, and we can't change that. I'm going to interject this one more time. If you're getting upset at this video, I'm sorry that you're upset. What I'm saying to you is the truth, whether you accept it or not, whether you admit it or not. Nature is nature. But getting back to my original premise, you don't have a right, if you're a woman, to go into a man's bathroom, to use the bathroom either in a bar or in a restaurant or in a shopping mall. And the same is definitely true for a man. He does not have the right to go into a female's restroom in either of those other types of situations or venues. He doesn't have a right. I don't care how much you think you are the opposite sex. You are, when you are disrobed, of course, without surgery. When you are disrobed, you are looking in the mirror at what you were created to be, and that is what you are. Now, while I'm on this particular subject, let me touch on the rare but realistic situations where women are born with a penis, or men have breasts. However you want to imagine it. If you're born, I believe the term is hermaphrodite. If that's not correct, and you can correct me, that's the term I've always understood it to be growing up in my earlier years. But if you have grown up and you found that you had both sex organs, let me say this. For those who want to use that organ, that additional organ, I should say, as an excuse for saying that, well, what do you do in this case? There's something that went on genetically that many of us probably don't understand from a scientific standpoint, but where the rubber meets the road is if you're female and you have a penis, if you have ovaries, And if you have a womb, you're not a man, you're a woman, regardless of the fact that you have a penis. If you can impregnate someone with that penis, you might be a man. But if you have a womb and you can carry a child, that is what you are. Case closed. So, again, I don't see why gay, lesbian, transgender individuals marching around all of the time talking about they would like more rights to do this and more acknowledgement and more freedoms than the average Americans. We all should have the same fundamental rights across the board, irrespective of what your gender is, irrespective of what your sexual choice is. We should have the same fundamental rights. A gay individual should have no more rights than you or I. I'm speaking of the heterosexual community. They should have no more rights than us. All of the rights should be even across the board. The fact that you choose to be gay, if it's indeed a choice, and I believe it's a choice, if you choose to be lesbian or if you choose to be transgender, don't choose to have more rights. Just be satisfied with having the same fundamental rights that we all should share. That was it. I don't want to go anywhere in public and have a woman walking in the bathroom who doesn't know whether she's a woman or a man, and she wants to come in the bathroom and use the bathroom as if she were a man. And I'm sure that any real woman, any real female, biologically female, will want a man who thinks that he's a woman or wants to be a woman coming in her bathroom as well. That was fundamentally it from me on this particular subject. I would be interested in knowing what your viewpoint is and what you think about this. And again, this was not an attack on anyone. These are just the facts, as they say. So there are going to be those out there that are going to bash me. There are going to be those individuals out there, I'm certain, that are going to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. There are going to be those individuals out there who are going to say that I'm insensitive. But nature speaks for itself. There are some clear, indisputable facts in life. And one of them has to do with humanity. There's male and there's female. Nothing else. This is Brother Teacher. Let me know what your concerns are. Let me know what your opinions are, as it were. Let me know what your thoughts are concerning this subject in the comment section below, and I will be sure to get back with you. But I will say this before I finally depart. If you begin to use a whole lot of colorful language, which you don't see me using, if you get a little bit too irate, I'll just cut you off. Okay? It's that simple. I'm out.